Following the annihilation of House Atreides by House Harkonnen, Princess Irulan, the little girl of Padishah head Shaddam IV, diaries about her dad's double-crossing of the Atreides. On Arrakis, Stilgar's Freeman troops go with Paul Atreides and his pregnant Bene Gesserit mother, woman Jessica, to siege Tabor. Some Freemen suspect they are spies, while Stilgar and others see indications of the prescience that a mother and child from the external world will carry flourishing to Arrakis. The Freemen acknowledge Paul, however Stilgar tells Jessica she should succeed siege Tabor's withering Reverend Mother by drinking the water of life, a medication lethal for guys and undeveloped ladies. She utilizes her Bene Gesserit, preparing to change the fluid and get by, acquiring the recollections of all past Reverend Moms. The fluid rashly stirs the psyche of her unborn little girl, Alia, permitting Jessica to speak with her. They consent to zero in on persuading the more wary northern freemen of the prediction. Chani and her companion, Shishakli, accurately accept the prediction was manufactured to control the freemen. However, Chani starts to regard Paul after he pronounces that he just means to battle close by the freemen, not to run them. Paul and Chani fall head over heels as Paul submerges himself in freeman culture, learning their language, turning into a Fadakan warrior, riding the biggest sandworm at any point seen, and striking Harkonnen flavor tasks. Paul takes on the freeman names Usul and Muad'Dib. Because of the proceeding with zest attacks, noble Vladimir Harkonnen replaces his nephew, Rabban, as Arrakis ruler with his guile and psychopathic more youthful nephew, Phaedratha. Woman Margot Fenring, a Bene Gesserit, is shipped off assess Phaedratha as an imminent Kwisatz Haderach and secure his hereditary genealogy. Jessica ventures out south to join with Freeman fundamentalists who trust most firmly in the prescience. Paul stays in the north, unfortunate that his dreams of a whole world-destroying sacred conflict will happen, assuming he goes south as a savior. During a strike on a dealer Zest Reaper, Paul reunites with Kart Halleck, who drives Paul to the secret nuclear warhead reserve of House Atreides. Phaedratha releases a staggering assault on the northern freemen, obliterating Siege Tabor, consuming Shishakli alive, and driving Paul and the survivors to travel south. Upon appearance, Paul hydrates of life and falls into a trance-like state. This enrages Chani, however Jessica forces her to blend her tears in with the fluid, which stirs Paul. Presently having a fractional special insight across existence, Paul sees a grown-up Alia on water-filled Arrakis. He likewise sees a particular way to triumph among every conceivable future, and that Jessica is noble Harkonnen's girl. Paul meets with the Southern Freeman War Committee, arousing Stilgar and the group by showing his capacity to perceive their most profound considerations. He pronounces himself the Lisan al-Gaib and sends a test to Shaddam, who shows up on Arrakis with Irulan and the Sardaukar. Shaddam rebukes the Harkonnens for their disappointments and cuts the aristocrats' life support. In the meantime, the Freemen send off a hostile, utilizing atomics and sandworms to overwhelm the Sardaukar. Paul executes the aristocrat and catches Shaddam and his escort. In the meantime, Kart drives an attack on Arrakeen, catching and killing Rabban. Paul challenges Shaddam for the lofty position and, regrettably, requests to wed Irulan. Recently gathered by the aristocrat, the incomparable houses show up in circle, prepared to attack the planet. However, Paul takes steps to annihilate the flavor fields with nuclear weapons, assuming they mediate. Phaedratha volunteers to be Shaddam's hero, and Paul kills him in a duel, notwithstanding being cut 2 times. Irulan consents to Paul's solicitation for marriage, relying on the prerequisite that her dad lives. Shaddam gives up, yet the incomparable houses reject Paul's power, so he arranges the Freemen to go after the circling armada. As Stilgar drives the Freemen onto the caught Sardaukar ships, Jessica and Alia consider the start of Paul's blessed conflict. Chani won't bow to Paul and withdraws alone on a sandworm.